Welcome to Ghana AI News, where we bring you the latest, raw and unfiltered truth about political and social issues in Ghana. Today, we dive deep into one of the most shocking corruption scandals in Ghana's history, the downfall of Ken Ofori-Atta, the former finance minister. Ken Ofori-Atta is the most corrupt finance minister Ghana has ever had, and his tenure was nothing short of a financial disaster for the country. Despite overwhelming allegations of mismanagement and fraud, he was protected by his cousin, former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who placed family loyalty above national interest. For years, Ghanaians suffered under economic hardships, while Ofori-Atta enjoyed unchecked power, enriching himself through dubious contracts, fraudulent transactions, and reckless financial decisions. But justice is catching up with him. The new government has vowed to bring all corrupt government officials to book, and Ken Ofori-Atta is now a wanted fugitive. How did a finance minister entrusted with Ghana's economic future betray the nation? And why did his powerful family connections shield him for so long? Ken Ofori-Atta is a cousin of Nana Akufo-Addo, and their family has dominated Ghana's political and economic landscape for decades. Some of the most influential figures in Ghana's history have come from this powerful political dynasty. 1. Edward Akufo-Addo, Nana Akufo-Addo's father, a former ceremonial president of Ghana, 1970 to 1972, and a member of the Big Six. 2. William Ofori-Atta, Ken Ofori-Atta's uncle, a founding member of the United Gold Coast Convention, UGCC, the first political party in Ghana. 3. J.B. Dankwa, a political mentor to many Ghanaian leaders, also from the same extended family. This family wielded enormous power, but instead of using it to uplift Ghana, Ken Ofori-Atta used his cousin's presidency as a personal bank to steal from the nation. His appointment as finance minister in 2017 was not based on merit, but on nepotism, and his performance proved disastrous for Ghana's economy. As finance minister from 2017 to 2024, Ken Ofori-Atta had total control over Ghana's finances. His responsibility was to stabilize the economy, create jobs, and reduce national debt. Instead, he did the exact opposite. Massive borrowing. He borrowed over $50 billion, pushing Ghana into one of its worst debt crises. He awarded fraudulent contracts to cronies and ghost companies. Under his leadership, Ghana had to run back to the IMF in 2022, despite promises never to do so. The Ghanaian cedi collapsed under his watch, making life unbearable for citizens. Billions of cedis remain unaccounted for under his stewardship. Parliamentarians, civil society organizations, and even members of his own party called for his removal, but President Nana Akufo-Addo refused to sack him. Why? Because he was family. For years, Ghana's parliamentarians accused Ofori-Atta of gross incompetence and corruption. In 2022, MPs filed a motion for his dismissal over 1. Economic mismanagement. The CDI depreciated by over 50%, making it one of the worst performing currencies globally. 2. Corrupt transactions. Contracts were awarded to unqualified and fraudulent companies. 3. Unapproved expenditures. Millions of cedis were spent without the parliamentary approval. 4. National Cathedral scandal. Over $58 million of taxpayers' money was spent on a cathedral project with no transparency. Despite these glaring issues, Nana Akufo-Addo protected him, ignoring the cries of Ghanaians. His government's excuse? That Ken Ofori-Atta was a brilliant finance minister. But the reality was clear. He was only brilliant at looting the state. When the new political administration took power in 2025, they vowed to hold corrupt officials accountable. Ken Ofori-Atta's name was at the top of the list. The Office of the Special Prosecutor, OSP, launched an investigation into his involvement in multiple corruption scandals, including 1. Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited and GRA contract, a dubious agreement that allowed Ken Ofori-Atta's cronies to siphon off millions. Second, ECGBXC contract termination, suspected bribery and corruption in the wrongful termination of an energy contract. Third, National Cathedral scandal. Millions of dollars stolen under the guise of building a church. Fourth, ambulance procurement fraud. A fraudulent deal involving the purchase of overpriced ambulances, many of which were never delivered. Fifth, GRA tax refund account. Millions of cedis mysteriously disappeared from tax refunds meant for businesses. Sensing that the law was finally catching up with him, Ken Ofori-Atta fled Ghana on January 2, 2025. On January 24, 2025, the OSP officially declared him a suspect in ongoing investigations and summoned him for an interview on February 10, 2025. But instead of returning to face justice, Ofori-Atta's lawyers claimed he was abroad for medical reasons. The OSP rejected this excuse, demanding a specific return date. His lawyers failed to comply, and on February 12, 2025, Ken Ofori-Atta was officially declared a fugitive from justice. On February 11, 2025, reports emerged that armed security forces had raided Ken Ofori-Atta's residence. His legal team quickly accused the OSP of ordering the raid. However, the OSP denied involvement, suggesting that 1. The raid may have been staged to discredit the investigation. 2. It was possibly carried out by imposters trying to create confusion. Regardless, the special prosecutor has vowed to pursue him with or without his cooperation. He now has 2 options: return voluntarily and face justice. Be extradited and forced to answer for his crimes. This scandal has shocked the nation, but it has also raised serious questions. Why did Nana Akufo-Addo protect him for so long? How much money did Ofori-Atta actually steal? Will he be extradited, or will he escape justice like other corrupt officials? Ghanaians are demanding accountability, and the new government must prove that they are serious about fighting corruption. If Ofori-Atta walks free, it will be a slap in the face of every suffering Ghanaian. Now, the question is, will the new government truly fight corruption? Or is this just another political drama? Will Ken Ofori-Atta really face justice? Or will he use his wealth and influence to escape punishment? Tell us your thoughts in the comment section. Do you believe that justice will finally be served? Don't forget to subscribe to Ghana AI News for more breaking updates.